Making friends. It's an important part of childhood, but for neurodivergent children, forming social connections is often a struggle, one that can lead to loneliness and isolation. Amanda and Ted Harvey remember the first time their son Teddy came home from elementary school feeling hurt and disconnected from his peers.
Teddy was a little bit upset. And so, I sort of stopped and said, "What's going on?" And Amanda said, Ted, do you want to tell your dad what you told me?" I forget what his exact words were, but it was something to the effect of, I just don't feel like I just feel different from everybody else. And I just don't feel like I am, I don't feel like I fit in.
I was crushed because you can't be there all day to redirect anything or explain.
He was, suffering on some level.
Amanda and Ted first heard the word autism to describe their son's learning differences when he was around 6 years old. The official diagnosis came years later. Teddy, who is now 13, remembers trying to make friends in second grade and feeling rejected. He says his personality, which is affected by autism, was foreign to them.
They had this thing at the school called the buddy bench that's in the playground where you sit on it, and it says if you see someone sitting on it, you should ask if they want to play or something. It didn't work. You try making friends with people and they sort of shun you in some ways.
Teddy says he spent a lot of time alone when he was younger, which worried his parents.
That was probably our main concern, and quite frankly still is to this day. Anytime we would have a sort of parent-teacher meeting to find out how things are going in school, they would tell us, we would hear about the academic stuff, but really in truth, we were mostly interested in understanding, how's he getting along with his peer group? Is he making friends, and is he fitting in?
To help Teddy, Amanda and Ted enrolled him in social skills classes, found him a therapist, and eventually moved him to a private school.
Even in pre-K, he was doing 3 hours at school and then 2 hours at a different school across town for kids with similar issues. When he was in elementary, we would also take him to an outside social skills class recommended by his doctor.
Teddy says the classes helped and he's still taking them in school. One of the most important lessons he's learned.
Let's say there's a lot of people who are working on something like a project and they need to focus, and then you come in and start talking about something really loud. That would be a moment where you'd want to read the room and see if people are interested in that or are not and have to focus.
Amanda and Ted also started Teddy in activities to help him connect with other kids. He joined a local swim team and started taking drum lessons.
What I like is that I have an instrument that I get to play, and I get to play music for other people.
And as a family, they talk a lot about the challenges of autism.
We have really great open conversations with him.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to feel shame or hide any way that he's feeling with us, and we have an open line of communication.
That open line helped Teddy approach his parents about returning to the public middle school in his hometown. The request made Amanda and Ted nervous, but Teddy convinced them it was the right move at the right time.
He was stuck on Beanie Babies, Tie Toys for a little while, and for a good chunk of time. And he loved them. And he said, remember when I would go up and, the boys would be playing football, and I'd run out in the middle of the field and say, hey, do you guys like Tie Toys? And they would kind of look at him. He didn't pick up on that then.
Yeah.
He said, I can read the room now better.
And Teddy was right. He says he's more confident and has a new group of friends who accept him for who he is.
It feels healthier, in my opinion, to be part of a group, because you're actually doing stuff with friends and making connections and stuff. It makes me feel like a part of that and not like that outcast anymore.
His advice to other neurodivergent kids who are having a hard time making friends?
I'd say look for someone who you might have stuff in common with maybe try and strike up a conversation with them and bring up something that they like, ask them what they like, and see if you have something in common.
For a world of difference, I'm Mabel Jong.